Day 3 of the federal government shutdown, and millions of people are now at risk of losing access to federal food assistance benefits.
I think it's a dangerous thing to be withholding something so vital for a lot of not just Californians, but Americans in general who really count on that to kind of get by.
What steps state and local leaders are now taking to make sure that no one goes hungry? Out of the 23 million Americans again in that shutdown already affecting area food banks.
The Commander-in-Chief's Immigration Crackdown Initiative is set to hit the Bay Area today. How many Customs and Border Patrol agents are being deployed to the Bay Area and why city leaders say their deployment could be damaging.
Questions are mounting over the president's claim that the Department of Justice owes him money for past investigations against him. How lawmakers are responding to the idea and why ethics experts call the president's demands alarming.
And after the rain comes the fog. Yeah, we are tracking some dense fog out there for you this morning. No alerts just yet, but likely on the way. How thick is that fog going to be where you live? You'll find out coming up.
You're watching Fox 26, and now, great day.
We begin this hour with a live look now at the silhouette of El Capitan's live view of Half Dome in Yosemite National Park. If you look closely, some of those meteors from the Orionid meteor shower are still streaking. Well, we see one right there not too far from our live, from the little bug there where it says live. There was one that's on the move right there. This clearly high above the fog that we'll be experiencing in some parts of the central San Joaquin Valley this morning. I see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I see 6, I think, a total.
On the move. Nature putting on quite a show in the High Sierra. Good morning to you on this Thursday, oh so close to Friday. I'm Liz Gonzalez.
I'm Carl Cook.
And I'm Justin Willis. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, we are in the peak level of those meteors up there. Up in the mountains there, you can see it away from the light pollution. On the valley floor, not so much. Yeah, we got some fog going out there today. So let's get your day planner here going and show you how that's shaping up here. We do have about a quarter-mile visibility in Fresno right now, by the way, so you're going to want to take it easy going out the door. 53 degrees outside right now. Dew point is at 52. And the rest of the day, check it out at 10 a.m. 58 degrees. Yeah, it should be mostly sunny once that fog burns off there for us. At noon, it'll be 64, 5 o'clock. 71 degrees. I would anticipate a dense fog advisory coming up here for you. It's part of our next Weather Maker. I'll break it down next.
CalFresh benefits now at risk of being interrupted for more than 5.5 million Californians. But the state is stepping up to make sure that families have food on the table this November. In this third week of the government shutdown, more members of the public are experiencing the consequences. But Governor Newsom says California is taking action to make sure families are fed this November. The state is fast-tracking up to $80 million in funding to support food banks. Roughly 5.5 million Californians rely on CalFresh. While benefits for October have been distributed, those who have applied since last week won't receive benefits for weeks. Local food banks are preparing for what's to come. They're worried what's usually considered an emergency service may now become some families' only option.
I definitely expect more people to come in and get help because some of those food stamps were like the difference between you being able to pay a utility, right? Or like making sure you get all your rent or stuff in, and then like you didn't have to worry so much about food because that was covered, right? And now people don't have that kind of safety net for themselves. So what are they going to do? Are they going to get they're going to buy food, or they're going to pay that utility, or they're going to pay for their medicine? You're really putting people in that choice, and the alternative is to come to the food bank.
Kelly with Food Link for Tulare County says that they are already seeing long lines as it is, and the emotional toll this situation will have on families is really hard to ignore. While the food bank is ready to help, she admits she's concerned. This is the first time that she and her team are navigating a government shutdown of this scale. Volunteers and donations are always welcome. You can visit KMPH.com for more information on how to sign up and help. Another federally funded program that's being impacted is WIC, Women, Infants, and Children. It provides financial assistance to pregnant women, new moms, and children up to the age of 5. According to the Fresno County Economic Opportunities Commission's website, it provides WIC services for more than 28,000 families in Fresno County. They are now part of the more than 6 million families across the country who are at risk of losing these benefits.
The rising food costs are squeezing families. Formula is so expensive, and without having access to WIC benefits, folks are going to have to decide what to do in terms of feeding their baby and feeding their family.
Now, the White House did send state WIC programs emergency funds last week, but that funding is rapidly depleting. The National WIC Association warns that families could lose access to benefits as early as November 1st. So just what will happen to people who rely on federal aid? Well, in just days, those on general assistance or welfare could stop seeing funds loaded onto their electronic benefits transfer or EBT cards. Fresno County Supervisor Chavez among those sounding the alarm. According to Chavez, over 248,000 people in Fresno County are at risk of losing their services, equaling $46 million a month. With about a week left, the county and nonprofits are doing what they can so people don't fall short.
We're going to be sending out a notice in the next couple of days from our Department of Social Services on a list of resources that our folks that are affected can go to.
We're going to talk to our partners. We're going to talk to our stores or our grocery stores and see what they can do.
Okay.
And see how they can donate to us, and so that we can be a pass-through, right, to our community, or send our community directly to locations that are able to provide.
And Chavez tells us that he sees no end in sight to this government shutdown, and even if it were to end before November 1st, there will be a delay to reauthorize those funds. Now, if you or someone you know is a federal employee affected by these recent changes, we want to pass on some support information. The Fresno Regional Workforce Development Board Rapid Response Team is holding a career, housing, and wellness event next Wednesday afternoon. There will be workshops for job training, unemployment and insurance resources, budget and credit counseling, mental health support, food and healthcare assistance. This will be on East Shaw, just west of Millbrook, from 3 to 4 in the afternoon.
Our time is 5:06 now. So that dense fog advisory hit, and yeah, it's already in place for Fresno, Kings, and Tulare counties. Check out the visibilities. We're already down to about a quarter-mile visibility, and for that advisory, it's really this area where you see the most dense fog right now. They are anticipating the visibilities to drop in Hanford and Visalia this morning as well. So keeping an eye on that for you. If there's fog where you are, please slow down, use those low beams, drive safe. It's starting to get really thick out here in Fresno. We had reports of getting thick out in Clovis as well. So please be mindful of that. And again, that's Fresno, Kings, and Tulare counties for this dense fog advisory, in effect until 10 o'clock this morning. All right, so let's check out what's going on here, why this is happening. Of course, we just had that rain, and now we've got some high pressure that's building for us. And with the influx of that, those two things working together, we get fog. But not for long here. We got some low pressure that's going to drop in and kind of scrape across Northern California and bring a chance of rain to parts of the North Valley here. So let's check that out here with your Futurecast for our next round of rain here. Looks like it'll hit by at least the northern part of the state in the Bay Area there by noon on Saturday. And then we get to about 3, 4 o'clock there, just a little bit up there in the northern Sierra there, and then maybe up in Madera, Merced County. Just a light dusting across that. That gets out of here. And then we looks like we get another round possible in the North Valley, same area there about early Sunday morning there, likely lasting for a few hours there before it gets into the mountains of the northern Sierra there. So not a lot expected out of that, but those are the next chances of rain we have for the North Valley. The rest of us looking okay there. Let's check out and see what the temperatures are going to be as we start making our way to the weekend here. After the fog burns off, it should be mostly sunny out there for us today. We'll be at 72 degrees today. We get all the way up to 78 tomorrow as that high pressure settles in, and it'll be nice and sunny. Tomorrow's going to be beautiful. And then Saturday, things get a little cloudy for us, and we'll be at back to 72 there. Overnight lows going to be in the 50s there for us. Wind speeds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Up next, we're taking a look at your highs and lows for the rest of the valley for your Thursday.
It's 5:08. A man is recovering in the hospital this morning after being shot outside of Manchester Center in central Fresno. Officers were called around 8 last night. They found a 25-year-old man inside the mall near the UEI college elevator. He had been shot in his lower body. Police believe that an argument broke out between two men in the parking lot, and at one point a silver car pulled up and fired several shots, hitting the man. Officers say both men involved in the argument are students at UEI, but the shooter is not believed to be a student. At this time, detectives are still searching for the suspect, only described as a Hispanic man wearing a dark hooded sweatshirt. He was last seen leaving the area again in a silver vehicle. Anyone with information or video of this incident is urged to call Fresno Police or Crime Stoppers at 559-498-STOP. Immigration agents are set to arrive in San Francisco today, where they'll be stationed and how that city's mayor is taking steps to prepare the community for their presence. Time is now 5:09.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.